but it turns out an awful lot of Brits, and that would include Brits of all backgrounds, don't think that about Hamas, who are a proscribed terrorist organisation. Extraordinary survey commissioned by the Henry Jackson Society showing that, just extraordinary, 46% of British Muslims in this country back Hamas. They support Hamas. Only 1 in 4 of British Muslims in this country believe that Hamas committed murder and rape in Israel on October the 7th. Now, they did actually do a comparison with a survey they'd carried out at the same time of the wider British population. So only 24% of British Muslims believe that Hamas committed rape and murder on the 7th of October, compared to 62% of the general public. But hey, 38% of the general public, more than a third of people in this country, don't believe that murder and rape happened. It's just all made up. It's all a complete made-up thing. This is absolutely terrifying to me. Now, it's terrifying to me that anybody thinks this, and yet we know they do. I can see from the tweets I get. But the fact that just 1 in 4 British Muslims believes this, the fact that 46% of Muslims, according to the survey, believe that they support Hamas. I'm asking our audience about this, and I'd love to get your thoughts on this. They say they sympathise with Hamas. This is according to this new poll. I want to know what your reaction is to that, because this is a proscribed terrorist organisation that has not just committed crimes of absolute abhorrent brutality and taken hostages. They're open about it. It's not people saying it. They have said, the leaders of Hamas have said, we would commit October the 7th again. We know they're holding hostages. Why are they having hostage release negotiations if they're not holding hostages? We know that women were raped and murdered. We know that children were killed. We know that bodies were burnt alive, because it's on the Hamas body cam footage. They put out some of these images themselves on their own Telegram posts. So I want to know from you, what is your reaction to that? Give us a call on 0344 499 1000. Text on 87222, or get in touch on X at talkTV. Calls are charged at the national rate. Text costs 1, standard network rate message. So over to you, Sam. What do you make of this?
I want to speak carefully here, but we've spoken for a long time about a minority within the British Muslim community that hold extreme views. The apparent suggestion of this poll is that extremism, that dangerous, fact-defying beliefs around areas as sensitive as terrorism and rape as a war crime are not held by a minority.
A tiny minority.
A tiny minority of British Muslims. They are held by a plurality at worst. That is shocking. It is shocking to me that twice as many British Muslims deny the reality of a pogrom against Jews than believe the alternative. This is legitimising of something akin to Holocaust denial. It is running rampant within the British Muslim community.
It's running rampant on the left as well, generally.
This is a national crisis. This is a disgrace. This is phenomenally dangerous. That, assuming that these 40% of people that are prepared to say out loud that they don't believe that this happened, they believe that presumably a Jewish conspiracy, perhaps, and we say...
There are lots of other questions in this survey where they believe that a huge percentage of the British Muslims believe that Jews have too much influence in British politics, in British media, etc., etc.
Are controlling the media in order to tell a lie about what happened. Now, we know that that is poppycock. It is nonsense. It is balderdash. It is absolutely, categorically untrue. We have seen independent reporters go in and validate every single line item of that. And if our politicians cannot get a grip of this, well, then within 10, 15 years, I believe we're really heading towards a very dangerous crisis.